today with ITV news presenter and resident journalist Charlene White. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
How's it feel to be back?
Well, I've been coming back and forth for the last couple of years here in it. I was never in this building when I was here at university, but the building's looking amazing. I do remember the other courses that used to be on this campus when I was at university, but the building looks amazing.
You studied journalism here at LCC. Why did you decide to enter the field of broadcast journalism?
Well, I always knew that I was going to become a broadcast journalist. I just wanted to have a print foundation, which is why I did the basic print journalism course here, because it was more important to me to know how to write, and once you learn how to write, then the transition of going into broadcast would be easier, because then I'd be able to do both.
What has your experience been like as one of the few black female news presenters in the UK?
Well, I've tried to not make a massive issue of it in terms of the work that I do. I have had some jobs where I have been employed specifically because I'm an ethnic minority, but I choose to not make it an issue in my everyday life. I love what I do, and my skin colour was never going to stop me from doing that. I'm a very determined and confident and determined person, so it was never ever going to stop me from doing what I wanted to do.
You recently faced racist and sexist abuse for not wearing a poppy on Remembrance Day. How did you learn to deal with negativity in a professional manner? Well,
the influx of social media and how much it's blown up in the last few years, you are always going to get people who don't like what you do and will air their voices online. I don't mind people may not like watching me on telly, may not like my style, and you're more than welcome to share those opinions. But when it becomes abusive, then that's where it's unnecessary, and that's when I will put my foot down in situations such as that. But I always welcome good or bad feedback from people on social media, as long as they don't become abusive feedback.
How important is it to network and establish contacts in the media industry?
It's a massive part of my job still, is networking. To be able to have the confidence to walk into a room and to be able to strike up a conversation with anyone is part and parcel of being a journalist and working in our industry, because it's huge. You don't know, there could be someone in that room that could change your life when it comes to jobs, or change your life in terms of linking you up with someone that you want to interview for a story. And generally, as journalists, meeting people should be a massive part of what we enjoy doing, because it's a massive part of the job.
What advice do you have for budding journalists who are aiming to work in the media industry?
Understand it's not the easiest, not always the easiest industry to work in, but incredibly enjoyable. And you just have to be able to network. As Julissa said, make sure you're someone who will be remembered in the workplace, but for good reasons, so that you're a pleasure to work with, that you're hardworking, that you're creative, for example. But also understand that you have to work incredibly hard to get to where it is that you want to get to. Don't always think you're in your second year of uni and your goal is to present news at 10 and think that you'll do that within the next 2 or 3 years. No, it's not. That's not how the industry works. You put those hours in, you work outside of London, you work internationally, and you build up that CV of great places that you've worked. Then eventually you perhaps then will be able to achieve your goal. But understand that nothing ever comes easy in this industry, and a lot of people think it does, but all of us who work in it have worked very hard to get here.